Tariq Rahman having reached the first visuals of him exiting the airport at Dhaka itself. These are the visuals, and we can see an entire group of people, in fact, awaiting right outside the airport doors to welcome him back to the country after 17 long years. This is Tariq Rahman, the eldest son of Khaleda Zia, the BNP chief. In fact, he might as well at this very given point of time be the last hope for a Bangladesh that has been burning since the July uprising in 2024. What awaits for Tariq in the country at this given point in terms of his political journey? Also the fact that he's returning after corruption charges, after being in exile for 17 long years. It is a big development that we are looking at. It might as well be a turning point in the political landscape and also in the history of Bangladesh. This very date might be recalled upon as a time that in fact came about for change. And this is what we are looking at. Tariq being greeted by members of his party, the BNP, who are all there to welcome him back. He's come back with his family at this given point, accompanied by his wife and his daughter, as we see in the very visuals, as he could be seen being accompanied by them from London itself when the first visuals had arrived from the London airport. And now it is in Dhaka. He's already in Dhaka. Let us tell you, the city of Dhaka has been preparing, and not just the city of Dhaka, people have been coming in from different parts of Dhaka, be it from pockets of Dhaka, be it Chittagong, be it Sylhet, be it all the cities that we are, in fact, that we've been speaking to people. Our colleague who is on the ground there, who's been speaking to people and getting a sense that it's not just the people of Dhaka, because we're speaking of a number around 50 lakh. That's the number that's expected to be at that road show today, which is to take place from the airport. The crowd's already gathered right outside the airport to welcome Tariq Rahman back. And remember, it's not just BNP supporters at this given point. Tariq seems to be the hope for Bangladesh amid the current circumstances that the nation has been through since the July uprising in 2024, followed by the ouster of Sheikh Hasina. And then now we see again fresh disruptions completely jolting the nation. And it is all of these events, these developments have been taking place, these disruptions have been taking place under the regime of Dr. Mohammad Yunus, who had in fact taken control over when Hasina was ousted. Now, there's also an entirety of the matter of geopolitics, Indian ties with India at this given point, and the BNP has come out to say that Tariq does have plans on mending ties, the ties that have been souring in the recent past with the given events that's taken place. Let me quickly now cut across to our colleague Ashutosh Mishra, who continues to bring us the latest updates from Bangladesh at this given point. Ashutosh, we're showing visuals of Tariq being greeted, and that is, viewers, Khaleda Zia, that the first person that Tariq Rahman has met in Bangladesh. This is a meet that we were all speaking of, speculating over. That is Khaleda Zia with the family who were in exile, the family members. Tariq, his wife and his daughter, all of them returning from exile after 17 long years, reuniting with their mother, who too was in fact imprisoned under several corruption charges. But now the family reunites. Tariq Rahman is the eldest son of Khaleda Zia, and right now these are the visuals that we are bringing to you, viewers, of this family reunion. First, that we see not a political heir, but her son who's returned to her at this given point of time. And of course, political heir, that very angle also comes into perspective as to whether Tariq Rahman is the very hope, whether he will be able to show Bangladesh the direction, put Bangladesh on the right track again ever since it's been jolted since July uprising of 2024. Let me quickly cut across to Ashutosh Mishra right now as he joins us on the broadcast with more details. Ashutosh, we are showing viewers the photographs, or rather the visuals that's coming in live of Tariq meeting his mother after after a long time, the entire family, in fact, reuniting at this given point right after he's landed in Dhaka. Take us through what you are picking up.
Well, all we see the excitement amongst the people who have been waiting for Tariq Rahman. Remember, the man who seen is walking 17 years ago. His hip was broken, his legs were broken. He was badly beaten up during the custody, and only because of he was badly ill, he was given bail. And after for the treatment, when he left, he never came back. 17 years literally living in a virtual exile in UK. And now, when the nation, the Bangladesh, needs a stable government, there is a ban on Awami League. Two, three parties contesting, smaller regional parties and smaller the religious-based parties, and newly formed Nahid Islam's NCP, and of course the largest stakeholder that remains BNP. That's why we see most of these roads have been evacuated, and largely the people are still heading towards the squares, towards the road that will be primarily for Tariq Rahman. This is the road where Tariq Rahman will further after addressing the nation from 300 the further destination. So all of day has been totally engaged. The most emotional moment for Tariq Rahman because they have been in conversation, they have been in talk. But coming back to the land where he was born, coming back to the land where he started his first political journey, and at the same time, the same land where he was punished. Remember, in Bangladesh politics, it has been totally different, unlike other democracies. When it was BNP's party, Awami League leaders were tortured. Sheikh Hasina came in power, BNP leaders were arrested, tortured, framed in cases like life imprisonment. And it is just a circle of life. Awami League is now banned. Sheikh Hasina is in exile, has left the nation. And all the Awami leaders, there is a ban on Awami leaders. They cannot contest elections. And they are all living in a hiding. Anyone, we have seen number of the hundreds of the Awami leaders have been already arrested. That's a critical part of the Bangladesh's democracy. And what could only hope? Tariq Rahman would be the person who would bring the change on the political landscape. Unlike what he has witnessed in his past 17 years ago, unlike what has been unfolding in current year, since he already would have many of these challenges, and number of the people who are still heading towards 300 feet. Most of Dhaka remains is totally locked, blocked. Only few roads are still operational. Most of the commercial establishments are shut down because they all have been eagerly waiting for Tariq Rahman. This is the day when he begins his political journey from his Karma Bhumi, filing nomination, registering himself as a voter, contesting from Bogura seat, the legacy of the Khalida Zia Rahman in Bogura 6 seat. So once the nomination file, and that's exactly when he begins addressing the nation. The first is all of eye upon from 30 minutes from now when he'll start the nation. What are the issues that he's going to pick up? Whether he's talking about a Awami leader, whether he's going to talk about how he was treated, whether he's going to talk about future of Bangladesh, whether it is going to be South Asia, a regional peace, or is talk about Indo-Bangladesh soaring relationship, or is he going to talk about the mob lynching, the law and order situation, or of course the minorities that have been facing? What are the key issues that he's going to touch? Will eventually set the tempo for Khalid for Tariq Rahman's and BNP's campaign for this general election. Remember, 12th February when there is Bangladesh will go for vote, and along with the voting for the general elections, there will be also voting on the referendum. Remember, the referendum is very important because that referendum is seeking a basic changes in the amendment in the constitution, where unlike what happens in other nations, the nation wants that not all the power should be handed over to a prime minister. Let there be a power also vested with the president. They want provinces leadership. They want more responsibility. They want regional players to be strong, civic body, municipal body, state, province governance. So, we want a different, which is a decentric power and not a centralized power to one person, which eventually they have seen so far in the Bangladesh. Shreya.
Absolutely, Ashutosh. But